We're here.
We're here. Of the 100,000 subscribers that we have, most of you are really interested in what we're doing. You didn't, like, sometimes when people get big subscriber counts, they'll have like a viral video come out and a lot of people will click it because they like something real quick, but their views aren't like what our views are. We have amazing views for 100,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for being with us and being all about what we're doing here. It's been awesome so far.
Yeah, super excited to finally hit 100,000. I really wanted it in 2022. I thought maybe, we could get there, but slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race.
We got here, so.
Cheers.
Cheers. And cheers.
Cheers. Okay. I gotta pull this open so I can read your comments. So I'm not being, I always say this when we do this, I'm not being distracted. I'm actually just reading your comments on the phone here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And here go the dogs. They're gonna be crazy.
Oh man, do not hit the cable. I gotta take care of the dogs for 2 seconds. Come on, guys. Ah! Okay, up, up. Jennifer, up, up.
Hop up.
Up. Good girl.
I don't think she's in the view.
Okay. Yeah, 100,000. When did we start YouTube?
I think it was 2020, wasn't it?
Could have been 2021. Nobody knows the difference between the two. But, what do you want me to do with the dogs?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Hop up. God, as soon as we start talking, we always do this. Come on, up.
There you go.
At least Hinto's old.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was 2020. 2021, 2, 3. Yeah, it was 2020.
Yeah.
We decided we were gonna take video of us trying to like figure out how to live off grid. We didn't think that there was gonna be. My expectations were set pretty low.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured it'd be nice to have everything documented so that we could go back and see how far we've come and everything. But
yeah, it was mainly like our friends and family were like, "Oh, it's so cool what you guys are doing."
Yeah.
And so that kind of sparked the idea that, well, maybe they want to see it.
Yeah.
And then
we lost a little bit of traction of putting up videos when in the winter after we started, just because winter was so crazy living in the bus, especially at that time.
Yeah.
Plus the whole pandemic stuff, like it was really hard to make videos. But I think we've been pretty diligent on releasing videos ever since then. And how many have we released? Do you remember the number?
I think it's 245.
Okay, Juniper. The camera's right there. I think it's 245. So
Juniper just got spayed, I guess, 2 weeks ago now. But she's kind of had some complications. She has a bit of swelling in her incision. So she hasn't been getting proper exercise for a blue healer.
And she's apeshit crazy right now. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Up. Up. Jennifer, up.
Classic.
Good girl.
We had to put our dinner in the fridge, otherwise Nootka would be barking to lick the plates.
For sure.
See if we have any questions.
Okay, yeah. They've got about a few hundred comments already and we're just blabbing on here.
Yeah.
Loud and clear, loud and clear. Everybody can hear us. That's good. Awesome. Just a moment. Going through. Oh my goodness, there's so many comments already.
How's the chicken maze door? We haven't really been using the chicken door because the goats chewed on the cord and we just haven't really fixed it. I have a pallet that I put in that sort of center hallway to block the goats from getting into the chicken coop, but the chickens can kind of go over it for the most part.
Yeah.
So we've just been doing that and we just let them out. But I do want to get the door set up.
The other thing is now that we've got these smaller actual Nigerian dwarfs, they will have no trouble fitting in there.
Yeah. But I don't think they actually know what chicken food is.
Well, that's
good.
Our
2 original boys know what the chicken food is
and they
want it.
Yeah.
But the new ones, one of them broke out today. I don't even know how he got out. But he didn't have any interest in the chicken food. No. Here we go. So yeah, we need to get that door going again.
Yeah, we do.
Especially now because the light is coming out so late in the morning. It'd be nice to just have them look after themselves first thing.
Yeah. Should I talk about my job? I probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as milestone goes, and you don't be barking at me. I'm gonna go put you to bed. I'll put you outside.
Put her on the couch.
Are you sure
These
you want
dogs
me to
have
do
no
that?
manners.
Are you sure you want me to do that on your brand new couch?
Nutka broke into the dog food last night, and she's a lab, so she ate. She looked messed up after because she ate so much food, and she's pooped in the house twice.
Yeah.
Today.
And they're big ones too. So I'm not sure if I'm too comfortable if they're
now
on
she
the.
wants your beer.
Yeah.
No manners.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Come on, old girl. Lay down. Lay down. Good
and
girl.
she's deaf.
Yeah, and can't see. Anyway, I wanted to let you guys know while my dog barks in the distance. I am now full-time YouTube as well.
Yeah.
I've made the transition, which is going to be awesome. Which I think you guys may have noticed because we've been having 2 videos come out with kind of a lot of content. It's because I get to be here now, which is such a celebration. So, I mean, that was a 17-year roofing career that I just wrapped up. So it's really exciting to have that finished because I'm getting too old for that anyway. And the stress and the commute and like I was working 60 hours a week on average and doing YouTube and fixing the things that break and all like just zero free time. So yeah, it's such an amazing feeling to be able to do this full time. It's very foreign to me too because I'm used to getting up at 4:30 in the morning and going to work, working my butt off, and then getting home around 5. And then
I put him to work.
And then Katie's got a list. I don't even get to sit down and have a beer after work. Like Katie's got a list for me, which is necessary because there's so many things that need to be done. But I'm finding myself relaxing a little bit more. My stress levels are as low as they've ever been, and we are like just so excited to be doing this together. Properly. So, yeah, the future is bright. Yeah.
Siding part, not the metal work. Seems like the metal work is taking.
Well, it's got to be done proper. It takes a while to do, but.
And then we've got these windows behind us, or this one behind us, and then there's one over there. They don't actually have the white vinyl frame.
Yeah.
So we have to make up a frame to go around. So we have to pick up paint tomorrow.
Yeah.
To do that.
For sure. Yeah, but content is not going to be a difficult thing for us now, so that is awesome. Because some of the weeks that we've been putting out so we've been doing 2 videos a week. I mean,
quite a while.
For probably a year now, half a year.
No, like on and off, but
yeah, we try, but it's so hard with the free time thing for me. But yeah, we're certainly going to be doing 2 videos a week for the foreseeable future because it's manageable. And we still have time to take the dogs for a walk and like do fun things.
Yeah.
So, if any of my friends are watching, I get to like see you guys again. It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Charlie's asking about using up goat milk. We don't actually have goat milk.
No, not yet.
There is a male goat that we could get. I'm sure they still have him.
Yeah.
The same place that we got the other 4 from, they had a billy goat. So we could get him home, but we need to have a spot for him to go because you don't want to mix the billy goat with the milking goats, otherwise the milk goes bad.
Yeah.
So we got to get set up for that. And we're going into winter, so it's pretty hard.
Juniper. Look at this dog.
So no goat milk yet.
Do you have anything she could chew on?
Nothing like.
We should have we should have loaded up a Kong with some peanut butter or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ooh, you got me in the funny bone.
Just a second.
Zachary's asking if we're doing hardy board. We are doing hardy board lap siding, the same as we did on the barn, but a different color. And then the wall that goes from upstairs and kind of comes down to the deck, the L-shaped wall, we're going to do a wood printed metal just as like a feature wall. So we need to get that measured and ordered.
We're also going to be doing, like, to break up siding, because we have a 2-story building, we're going to be running a band of wood around the house, just kind of break up the siding. So.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah. And then there's the front of the house that we're not going to be able to side yet, because we've got other things planned for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh my God. What does she want?
She wants food. She's a
Juniper.
15-year-old lab. We don't distractions.
Yeah.
Okay.
This keeps resetting on me.
Okay. Rent, borrow the billy goat. We were thinking about renting, borrowing, or like just taking one of our ladies to go be serviced.
Lay down.
But that's depending on someone else. And I think a billy goat would be good to have out here, because I mean, it would be nice to have goat milk, goat cheese, all the good things that you can get from goats. It's very healthy too, and I think we could accommodate a billy goat out here.
Yeah.
So
we're kind of thinking we could put the 2 boys that we had originally in with the billy goat so that they can be together. Gotta do something about that.
okay, I'm going.
Yeah, so if we could put the 2 wethers in and then keep those 4 new goats with themselves, because they all get along really well and they're nice mellow goats. We almost kind of like them more than the original 2.
Hey.
Because they're just so calm and docile. But we'll have to see how it all kind of plays out.
I'm coming, Katie.
What kind of beer are we drinking?
White Tooth Pale Ale.
Where's that from?
It's from Golden, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Golden, BC.
This is a ranch water, which I think is actually from the U.S., but it's a seltzer, hard seltzer, with agave, nectar, and lime. They're really good, and they're only 4%, which I like. So these are my go-tos lately.
Thank you, Torben Jensen, for the tip. I don't know how much 100 NOK is,
Yeah.
but thanks for the 100 knock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are still trying to get ready for winter. I mean, it's pretty serious in our area when it comes. We are in so much better shape this year than we were last. I was in a hole hooking up a cistern last year so that we could have water in the winter. We didn't have a bathtub we had a bathtub, but we didn't have any running water. Our bathtub wasn't hooked up properly, so we had to do that before we could even bath. We didn't have a shower, so we had to temporarily set that up. Mm-hmm. So I think one of the things that, I know certainly, once we kind of get, if we can get the siding on before the weather really hits us, that's awesome. But if we can't, we're going to start focusing on the interior of the house. We've got a bunch of wood milled for our interior trims, like for behind here. We have to use our own wood because we did it, you know. It's I couldn't buy wood. We've got all this dead beetle kill ponderosa pine that's just fantastically beautiful. So
and the fresh pine that we just took down.
And the fresh pine that we just took down too.
We haven't done anything with yet.
Well, you know, it's been just rainy here, but
yeah.
So that's probably what the winter's going to look like. We're going to get this interior of this building not
closer.
Finished, but closer for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm really having troubles not explaining my excitement about something that I'm not allowed to talk to you about. What Katie said, so.
Yeah. Do we miss the bus at all? And do we do any camping in the smaller trailer? Our smaller trailer ended up having too much mold, so we haven't been able to use it. We really wanted to do a camping trip this year in it, but I don't want to sleep in there and breathe that air.
But it's easy enough to get rid of the mold. It's not that bad. Like it's the what what am I trying to say?
No, it's in the walls.
Katie thinks it's in the walls.
We got to rip out the walls in a few spots.
Yeah, it's not that bad. But another reason why we haven't got to use it is we had chickens to process. We had a pig to process, which we didn't do at all really on YouTube. People get uncomfortable seeing that kind of stuff. We took a chance doing a chicken processing video. Luckily, we didn't get demonetized, but it's gray area for allowed to be on YouTube. But I mean,
well, and like it was our first time doing the pig.
Yeah.
So we actually had the butcher came over and he dispatched the pigs.
Yep.
And showed us how to do it. So we weren't really able to like film because it's trying to pay attention to what we're being taught.
For sure. It was a serious learning experience for us. So.
And then we had the pig hanging in the yard overnight, so we didn't really sleep that night.
We didn't sleep that night. No.
We haven't seen the bear come back, but I don't know if there's bears still around or not. Nothing's been going on here, but still worried that a bear would come and take the pig or... so then we processed it the next day, and we just don't really know what we're doing. So I guess that would be good content, but it's also just a lot to take on in your brain and do at the same time.
So I'm reading here. Someone was asking about a greenhouse. We certainly have plans for a greenhouse, but there's no siding on the house yet. So once the siding on the house is done, then we can get into the greenhouse. So we've got 5 acres of land. We've got lots of area to build stuff. So we're excited to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on that note, actually, we were talking about this today. Kind of one thing we like to tell people when that have bought property and they want to, start developing it. We always tell them to live on your land for a little bit. Get to know it. Get to know how the weather affects different areas. Like up here, it's so windy. And we kind of use that to our advantage because we have the doors and the windows in the direction of the wind so that it goes through the house in the summer when it's warm out. It clears
everything out so quick. And that's a part of the reason why we built our house, where we built it and how we built it, so that when the wind picks up and in the summertime, especially in the evening, we can open our door here and it just filters everything out with fresh or smoky summer air.
Yeah.
It's learn your land. Find out where the water goes. Find out where the animals go. Like there's so many things that you can learn about a piece of land just by living on it for a bit before you start moving things around and building. So we've definitely learned our land. Learned it very well too. Yeah. When are you going to get a log splitter? Never. Because I love splitting wood.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And we have a very good friend that we are planning to do a collaboration with, who is handcrafting axes that are better than every other axe on earth. And I think I can say that. I've got a prototype here right now that I'm using, and it is unbelievable how easy it is to get into the wood. So, I mean, that's coming up in the future. We're going to do a collaboration with them. Probably going to start with like a limited amount of axes that we're going to sell. We'll do, a This Off-Grid Life version of his axe and kind of get him out on the market. But he's been a blacksmith for a long time, and he is very good at what he does. So, what are you doing? Come on. Go lay down. Go lay down. Right here. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. You stay. Don't make me move the drywall.
So a couple questions about why we don't have a well, and we have a spring that we get our water from, so that's a very common thing in our area is to get the surface water. So once we have our system in place, it's going to be awesome. It's a little bit of work now, but we're also kind of out on, what do you call it?
An outcrop off the mountain. So
Yeah. So there's
if
there's
we
no
did,
water. The water goes this way or that way, and we're out here.
we're
so,
far away from anywhere where water would accumulate in a, what's the word, aquifer.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah.
We've got.
There's no examples, like no neighbors near us have a well that
Yeah.
would be similar to ours that we could say, okay, we know it's going to be 200 feet or whatever.
We don't have any indicator species that there's
Yeah.
water, within a reasonable distance near us. We are south facing on a arid slope. So it's, there might be water real deep, but
It's a lot of money to spend.
it's a lot of money to spend.
Not really
and
know.
The water that we get from our spring, we're getting water from a mountain spring. Like, it's good water. We just need to figure out a way to get it here 12 months a year. So that's, again, I was going to do that this year, but of course I didn't have the time. But next year we'll certainly be having a proper water source coming in. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of you have been asking us if we can do a ram pump. Maybe, but I don't think so, because I don't think a ram pump would supply us with the amount of water that we need for irrigation, animals, our home, and then fire preparedness. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Have we heard anything from the people that bought the bus, and how are they going with it? Yeah, we have heard from them. They're loving it. It's kind of like a short-term
It's
place
like,
to stay for someone.
it's like a guest house, basically.
Guest house. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really happy with it and really cozy and loving it.
And we get to go see it sometimes.
Yeah.
So
We haven't yet.
we haven't yet, but sometimes we will.
Yeah.
I'm happy it's gone. To be totally honest, sometimes you need to close chapters completely just to move on with your life and keep growing. The bus was an amazing tool for us to get our feet out here and get going on living this lifestyle. Mm-hmm. But when we moved out of the bus and our first night sleeping, it was hard to even sleep in here because we were so giddy that we weren't crammed in a 400 square, not even 400. What was it, like
200.
I don't know. It was a school bus. So I mean, yeah, we're happy to close that chapter. It was good when we had it. It was also bad when we had it because, long Canadian winter. Katie and I, we're human. We got it kind of on each other's nerves, kind of getting cooped up in a bus together.
Yeah.
But I always say it was 3 winters, right?
Yeah.
3 winters together in a bus, in a school bus. 4 years, 3 winters. 4 summers through 3 winters is a great test for our relationship. So if we could get through that, which we did, I don't think we'll have any issues moving forward.
Yeah.
Right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Juniper, you're too much.
Yeah. This dog needs exercise.
Any future collabs with other YouTubers? We don't really have anything planned.
I would like to.
I know North Idaho Nomads is pretty close to us. Ambition Strikes is pretty close to us. Those are 2 people. We were trying to get to Idaho, so we were gonna meet up with both of them, but it just didn't happen because of animals.
Everything, yeah.
So when we do have a chance to get down there, we'll definitely go hang out with them.
Are we escaping to Mexico this winter?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
What's the date?
In exactly
One
one month
month.
from now, we're gonna go see Grandma down in Mexico.
Yeah.
We're super excited for.
Yeah.
So that'd be nice. Give us a little bit of reprieve when winter hits.
Yeah.
So.
And my brother's going to be house sitting, so I feel really happy that we have him. There's no one else that I would trust to come here. I mean, there's a few people we would trust, but
Yeah.
I would rather have family than a random stranger.
What else we got on here? Will you consider working full-time on the farm? I am working full-time on the farm now. Since the channel has hit the big time. James Carrid. I said earlier that I actually am now full-time YouTube. So I am no longer roofing. I'm done my job. So it's,
Unless there's a leak.
unless they need me once in a while. Like I don't mind if they're in a pinch, but we're doing this now.
Yeah.
So will we be making cheese from our goats? Definitely. If we're making milk, we'll be making cheese. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When are we getting a grapple for the tractor?
Well, we're gonna get forks for it first. Because we've
Yeah.
escaped death many times picking up logs.
Yeah.
Juniper, out, go.
I think we can probably say that. We are going to get forks.
We're gonna get
Pretty
forks.
soon.
A grapple, maybe like in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we need a grapple. Well, it would be great. I mean, all these things would be great, but everything has a cost. Everything has a cost. What else we have here? What about a shed over the sawmill? 100%. And there might even be a new mill in the future, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Someone asked, are we building a garage for our toys? You bet.
Yeah.
All of these things are very important, and now we have the time to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we happy with how the deck turned out?
Beyond happy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I absolutely am. It's the perfect material, in my opinion, for the deck. So.
Yeah. It is really nice.
Yeah.
I think if we could do it a second time, it would be perfect, but there's
Yeah.
a few imperfections.
For sure. But they will be fixed. Oh my goodness. Stop her from doing that.
Juniper.
The dog is literally like wrapped up around all of the wires and the camera equipment. Oh my
Hopefully that
goodness.
doesn't disconnect. Okay, now
Too
push the
much.
button.
Okay. What are the plans to get rid of the little shed that was the bus entrance? Yeah, like
We're just gonna use it for
we're
now.
gonna use it for now. It's got a bunch of junk in it. We have to organize it. We kind of need a spot to put garbage so that we don't have to keep it in the house and then the bears can't get it. So I was thinking of using it, but I think we're just gonna get rid of it. It looks like crap. It's really an eyesore. It's not where it goes. I think we're gonna get rid of it. I'll see if my neighbor wants it. I'll throw it on skids and skid it up to him and see if he wants to, have it as a whatever place of storage. But I think we'll be getting rid of it in the springtime. So okay, just keep going, Katie.
Do we have a way to filter water, or do we bring filtered water in? So we had a 5-micron filter, and that was all that we used. We did find a dead mouse in the spring box recently.
2 of them actually, and a dead rat.
Yeah.
In total.
So we actually partnered with Water Drop a few weeks or months ago.
Which is a reverse osmosis countertop reverse osmosis kind of dealio.
Yes, we've been using that to filter our water now, and it's so much better. Just having that UV light is awesome. So really happy with that.
Yeah.
Although it does take the minerals out, so.
We get our minerals in other ways too, but that is a detriment to a reverse osmosis system for sure.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, Jay and Jen. We wish you guys were closer too. It would be really cool to hang out.
totally. If you guys haven't seen Off Grid with Jay and Jen, they are watching our channel right now. I mean, this live right now. They have a YouTube channel, and they are doing very similar things. They're living an off-grid life in a beautiful little cabin. Mm-hmm. They got a really nice spot, and they're a couple nice people, so you should check them out.
Yeah.
Off Grid with Jay and Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know how to link things.
I don't. Yeah, neither do I. Off Grid with Jay and Jen. Write it down. What else we got here?
Any cougar sightings?
No, but we will. They're coming down the mountain. It's starting to snow up top.
Yeah.
And we don't have very many deer in the area. When the deer are everywhere, we know that the cougars are everywhere as well. Okay, you gotta go. You gotta go. Go on. Go on.
Probably better up on the couch.
Juniper, up, up,
Up, up.
up, up. Oh
Yeah.
my.
So no cougars yet.
No cougars yet, but if
We gotta get our game cameras out. I bought another game camera, but I haven't been able to get it to connect to the phone to see. But I really want to get it out there so that we can start watching things.
Okay,
No.
what else we got here?
No. No. You take that and go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down.
Banalest Orchard asked if I was drinking something from the White Tooth Brewery. I am drinking something from the White Tooth Brewery. It's a very good brewery, and I enjoy their beer. Are you going to continue the very tall fence? We were thinking about taking it down. It's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
But we'll get more into that in the future.
Do you know how to stick weld?
Hardly.
That's actually coming out in the video tomorrow.
Yeah.
Greg does some welding.
Yeah, for sure. So there will be lots of comments, probably very positive ones, telling me, "Great job, Greg." I'm not a good welder, but I will get good at it because I can get good at it. So
Yeah.
I'm practicing.
Did we say once that we need to rework the shower? Yeah, we do need to fix up the shower because we put plastic over drywall in the shower, so
It's been working, kind of.
It's getting moldy. We
Yeah.
knew that would happen, so we need to get that dealt with. But we needed the shower to work, and it's fine. So this winter we got to get the tile up and everything, get it
Yeah.
waterproofed. We will put in the green drywall.
We will put in the green drywall.
Yeah.
The waterproof drywall. I don't think it's necessary, but our drywall is already moldy because we've just had plastic over it and there was a couple little holes in it. So
Yeah.
we're just going to do the right stuff.
Yeah.
Or the good stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that's kind of stuff we're going to be doing that kind of footage when the snow is, when it's too cold to go outside and
Yeah.
finish siding. So once we're done that, we're going to be doing interior stuff. Lots of interior stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's still tons to do.
Diego Lu sent a super chat. Are we allowed to have the Second Amendment like they do there in the U.S.? I'm assuming that means guns.
Is that gun law? So we're Canadian. They don't teach us that stuff in school. Not typically.
But yeah, we're allowed to have a gun.
We are, but it's very difficult. In Canada, handgun laws are extremely stringent, and I'm actually not too sure if you can even buy them under our current government right now anymore. Mm-hmm. There we can use long guns. Again, they have a very stringent registration process and everything, but I mean, places like this, a gun is very important. So I'm not too stoked on Canada's gun laws, but nothing I can do at the present moment.
Yeah.
So, okay, what else we got here? There's a couple questions I have to be careful not to answer because I'll give too much away about the future of our channel. So, if you have a question that's not getting answered, it's probably because of that. There's a riddle
That's a
for
hint.
you. It's a
No, go lay down. Will you be able to use the tools at your old job for any future projects?
Like the metal shop, I'm sure. I mean, I'm leaving on good. These are my friends that I worked with. I mean, even the owners. I don't see why they wouldn't let me. It's like tools. I've got all the tools I really need, other than a sheet metal shop, and I'm sure they won't mind if I use a sheet metal shop from time to time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we've already gone in.
We've left on really good terms. Okay, sit. Here. Go lay down. What else you got?
Do we get grizzly bears?
Not yet. Everywhere in our area has had really bad grizzly bears this year. Not bad.
Like in town?
A lot of grizzly bears have come down into towns around us.
Like there was a mother with 2 full-size cubs in one town. which is kind of freaky, but we haven't seen any around here, thankfully.
Yeah.
Just the black bear.
I don't think I'm sure, I know that they're on the mountain that we live on, 100%, like 100% that they are on this mountain. But they stay in the high country, typically.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's the way that stays, because it gets too hot down here for grizzlies, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Our neighbor has seen one before we moved out here, but
like around here.
Like actually like on this property.
Oh.
But that's
Yikes.
only once. He saw the prince.
The prince?
Grizzly prince.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I thought you said prince like king of the
purple
grizzlies.
rain like
I don't know.
Okay, I get it. So thank you for the $5, Trav. Do you guys ever think of microhydro? We dream of it.
Yeah.
Because
that
it
would
is
be
the
best.
golden ticket for power, living off grid, but we don't have, unfortunately, any microhydro close enough to us that we could use. Yeah, it would be awesome. It would be super awesome, but not for now, or not forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is our dog? How old is your dog?
Well,
Your dog's 11. Our
Yeah.
dog is
1.
and my dog is 384. No, she's 15. She's 14.
She's turning.
She's
15.
She's turning 15
Yeah.
in a couple months,
Yeah.
which is a
She's-
very old age for a very old dog.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, she's pooping in the house.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
What else we got here?
But really, they're all our dogs.
Oh, of course
They're
they
not
are. Yeah.
One or the others.
No, there really isn't any of mine or any of yours.
Yeah.
Everything's ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long ago did we move onto our property? It was December 2018 that we moved out here. We got the bus here just before the snow. I think there was like a little bit of snow around, kind of that hadn't melted in the shady areas from a snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, there was no snow. And then I think your dad came out for like
He helped
right after we moved here.
He actually helped me build that little boot room.
Yeah.
So that was a nice experience to have him come and help.
Yeah.
But
2018.
2018 seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah. Hi, Juniper. I know. You're so crazy.
If you pee on the four corners of your property, a bear will not cross it. I have tried
We have
to
like
pee everywhere on my property, and bears still are crossing it.
and we have like 7 corners. So.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
No. No. No.
Yeah, this is the only year we've ever really had troubles with a bear. We've never had a bear come into our compound now, which is now not set up anymore. Like we had always an area that was fenced, but because we've been doing so much construction work, we had to take the fence down.
Yeah.
For now, I mean, we've got plans in the future to get a good fence up again, but
Yeah. And we have electric fence around the goat pen now.
yeah, and the goats and the chickens are protected by an electric fence.
Yeah.
So that puts peace at my mind.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens to people out here that don't have electric fences around their stuff. Their animals get attacked and killed by bears.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we've watched actually. So my neighbor was raising our pigs, helping raise our pigs. We were doing it together, but the pigs were at his place, and we have a video of a bear going to see the pigs, and he touched his nose on the electric line, and he was out of there.
Oh my goodness.
So the electric fence works
Yeah.
for sure.
And that was after it was sniffing the pigs.
Yeah, the pigs
Were
just went
meeting
up
each
to it
other.
like they were friends. Like stupid pigs,
Yeah.
delicious pigs. Okay,
No.
that's enough for that one.
No. Hop up. Come on.
She doesn't come up on that side.
Hop up.
She,
She's so
Jennifer,
awkward.
come here, come on, up.
I
That's
don't
where
think
she
she's in the
sits.
camera, is she?
No, but that's where she sits. She doesn't sit anywhere else. Okay, what was I going to answer? There was a good question in here. How's your water filter that you advertised? It's good. It's actually really good. It takes swamp water and turns it into delicious water, which we're not drinking swamp water, but it's really, really, really good at what it does.
Yeah, totally.
So,
Off. Go lay down.
How is the new solar setup doing? It's really sweet. So we actually did an ad. That whole battery video was an ad. we got paid to do that. Well, sorry, no, we didn't get paid. We just got the batteries. We got the batteries, which was a lot of money with batteries, but they are amazing. We totally have seen a giant increase in the ability of our solar panels because we never are completely full. I mean, having double battery capacity helps out so much. Mm-hmm. So we don't. It takes a lot of pressure off of us monitoring the condition of our batteries. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't say that exactly how I wanted to say that, but it's good.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Now our solar panels on the other side, we only have 2,100 watts of solar panels. So springtime, summertime, we're probably going to be replacing all of those solar panels.
Yeah, because we actually bought. Our solar panels are recycled from a solar farm in California. So they were already 5 years old when we got them.
At least.
Yeah.
That's what the guy said, but I'm sure he has no clue. They're probably 20 years old. Who knows?
Yeah.
But.
So they're what, 250 watts?
Yep.
So it would be really nice to get the bifacial ones. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Because when we have the snow in the winter, it's going to be reflecting a ton of light.
From behind.
So we might
Which will help melt, I think, would help melt the panels. Because you got that sun's energy bouncing off from behind. So.
Plus, we just have such a short period that the sun is above the mountain. So we really want to
anything we can get.
Whatever we can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Laura, for the super chat.
Oh, thank you.
You can write a comment there somehow, too, if you wanted to ask a question. When you super chat.
Are your dogs well behaved? Only if we're not doing a live.
Yeah.
Juniper is usually very well behaved, but she's recovering from a surgery, so she hasn't been able to really get a whole bunch of energy out. Yeah. And it's obvious.
Yeah. I hope the bad habits don't stick.
Yeah, they won't. What else we got here? Oh, how much is the land cost? So Victoria Salva, land is super expensive in our area. It's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
There are a few places in the world that it's more expensive. Is that fair to say? I'm pretty sure that's fair to say. Probably. Canada is an extremely expensive place to live right now. So I'm really glad that we've really, we paid off a property a couple of years ago now, or last year, I think.
Yeah.
But we've been just doing everything we can to kind of keep ourselves out of serious debt so that we can afford things. So land's expensive here, unfortunately.
Yeah, and thankfully we got this property before it kind of went crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Really lucked out.
Yep. Do you ever get tired and say enough?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But then we get up and keep going.
But then we realize there's more work to do and we don't have that opportunity. Damn, the chickens need water.
Yeah. Yeah, there's animals that are relying on us for care and even if we wanted to leave our house, it's not finished, so we couldn't just sell an unfinished house and we wouldn't be able to, make any money off of it. Mm-hmm. Which would put us further back into the hole trying to go somewhere else. So yeah, we just keep going day after day.
What else will you have kids?
No.
No.
No kids for us.
No kids. I like kids, but I also like not having kids. Yeah. So. Not a very romantic answer, but
yeah.
I mean, I guess we're single income, no kids.
Yeah.
Yes, what else we have here?
Have we always wanted to do this type of lifestyle, and where do we get our knowledge from?
Nobody's an expert at anything until they learn something. And have we always wanted to live this lifestyle? Well, certainly I have. Mm-hmm. Katie, I'm not sure if you've all... A lot of trial and error, and a lot of just like research. And just having confidence to try something and willingness to fail at it and figure out how to do it properly, do it better. So like building this whole house, we did, you've seen, we did our electrical, we did our plumbing, we did all of this. I didn't know when I built the bus, the difference between AC and DC as far as power went. But everything, if you break everything down to small bits, it's not really that difficult. So, I mean, that's how we learn. And we'll continue to learn for sure.
Yeah.
What else we got here?
As long as we have a ball and a ball checker for the blue healer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. The problem is she can't run full speed right now.
No.
Otherwise, I could throw the ball for her for hours because I love it just as much as she does.
Yeah. So Eric says, does your one wood stove on the first floor heat the second floor good enough? Almost too good. So
No.
What are you saying?
It's like 4 degrees cooler up there.
Yeah, but it's also like it's not always that way. It's
Yeah,
sometimes
okay,
cooler down
warm,
here than it is up there.
If it's warmer outside, but when it gets really cold, it's not quite warm enough.
You're saying that our wood stove is not warm enough in this house at like the coldest days.
No, between upstairs and downstairs.
It's totally warm enough upstairs.
No, it was like 17 degrees sometimes.
Katie doesn't know what she's talking about.
I was paying attention to the thermometer.
I was filling the wood stove in the middle of the night.
Whatever.
Okay.
Any more trees that we're worried about hitting the house?
Yeah, there's a few. There's a few trees. They're not as serious as the one that we just took down recently, which was serious. Like that thing was on a lean. It had you could see the kind of like a big ball of dirt near the root, and it was taking all of the wind and directing it right, like it was bending at our house. Mm-hmm. That tree would have snapped, this whole building would be on the ground. So it's good we got rid of that. It gives me so much peace to have that out of here. Mm-hmm. So there are a few more over here that I have to take care of, but they're easy enough for me to cut down. Not worried about it. Every other tree that's a hazard tree is it's easy enough for me to take care of, and I can do it little by little. They're not severe hazards. Even if one of them came down, I think it wouldn't destroy anything, but it would make a mess. So a few more trees, but that was a big learning curve, is just cut down everything around your house. Don't leave nice trees right near your home, especially like where we are on the edge of a mountain when we get crazy windstorms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's asking about the hen that was stuck under something and then had hypothermia. So we had our one hen.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Speckles. She died.
That wasn't the one.
No, this pallet fell on her.
Oh, okay.
She didn't die from the pallet falling on her. She's lived a little bit longer, but she had, I think it's called water belly, so her abdomen was kind of swollen, and she just eventually died. She was like that for years, and she was pretty old too, so she just eventually died. And then the one that fell into the water bucket, she's doing great. She just dried off and warmed up under the heat lamp and laid an egg and went back to being a chicken.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to answer a few of these questions. How far out is the new shop build? I'm pretty sure it's going to be next year.
Yeah.
Actually,
in the summer.
I'm sure it's going to be next year. So probably next summer. I'm guessing that'll be the big project. Mm-hmm. Are you going to stay on the property until you're old and gray? It's impossible to make those plans.
Yeah, that's long.
I have arthritis, and it's uncomfortable in the winter here. So I could see us turning into snowbirds in some way or another.
Yeah.
Or just like moving to a tropical place and doing the silver.
Yeah.
Because we live like this, and I think we can always live like this, no matter where we go. I don't want to, solar, all this stuff, living remote. It's totally the way that I love to live.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to ever move, we would certainly do the same.
Yeah.
I don't even think I could live in a town ever again.
No.
Now that we've lived like this, this is just too wholesome of a way of life.
Yeah.
How often do you clean your chimney? Typically once a year. We don't have to clean it anymore. I mean, it's a super efficient chimney. Even when we do clean it, there's so little buildup that it's kind of a waste of time, but I just do it just to be safe. So, which is actually tomorrow. Have to clean the chimney. Probably don't, but I should. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on that note, how are we dealing with the creosote drip?
I don't even know yet. We don't know what we're going to do with that.
Well, someone suggested building a planter box sort of thing with like a...
I honestly think with the clear coat that's on top that it's not going to even stain.
Yeah, but we have to put something under it because you have already knocked your head on it.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
So one of our viewers suggested building a box and then putting something in to catch it that we can take out and empty, which I think is a great idea because we need to block off underneath of it so you don't walk there.
Oh man, there's so many here. Next project, get the upper floor warmer. It's totally warm enough. I'm going to make, the coldest day in the winter, I'm going to make sure it gets into one of our videos. I will show you 24 degrees in my bedroom when it's minus 24 or minus 30 out. Katie doesn't know what she's talking about.
All right. We'll see.
Our house is insulated so well, and it's open concept, so we'll see. We'll see. You'll see. Congrats on 100K subscribers. Thank you very much. Do you get visits from dangerous animals? Yeah, we do. We get there's bears and cougars and bobcats and wolves and coyotes and what else do we have out here, Katie?
Bobcats, did you say that?
I said that, yeah.
Skunks.
Oh man. Yeah, there's tons of skunks out here. We've only had one dog get sprayed this year, so that's good.
Yeah. This year. Yeah. Now she wants in.
Because we can, just saw our Sungold commercial and they just bought a 13K system from them.
Oh, awesome.
Sungold is a pretty good, we're still really happy. We do a lot of these ads because they're financially beneficial to us. But all of the ads that we do, we're willing to put in our videos. So Sungold is actually a really great, they put out good stuff. I'm looking at expanding our solar system and Sungold. I mean, they'll give us probably really, really good deals because we work with them. But awesome. I'm glad that you bought more of their stuff.
Yeah. I think you'd be really happy with that.
Thank you for the super chat, Gary. Love the new surprise projects. Don't tell me one. Wink, wink. There's so many. So many. Because I'm full-time now. I'm full-time YouTube. So there's so many projects.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we just have to get ready for winter and kind of get through the grittiness of winter. And then next year is going to be super busy with tons of stuff. So, yeah, totally. Any plans for more animals other than goats and chickens? I would like to try growing rabbits for food. I think we might do that. We'll see. We gotta develop. We don't only that little barn that we built is hardly enough for the goats and the chickens. So we'll see what happens in the future. But I'd like to get some rabbits going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pigs. We'll probably
and pigs here. Yeah, maybe.
Time.
It worked pretty good over there, and then our neighbor gets to smell the pigs and we don't. Yeah. But I'm really happy that we did a pig this year.
Yeah.
Are we ready for snow removal? We are never ready for snow removal.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting this year because we're not allowed to plow the road anymore. So
Yeah.
if anyone has driving on snow tips for me,
Yeah.
I've never driven over snow before.
Well, like, it's...
Like deep snow.
Yeah. We're
So-
considering getting gigantic tires on the Jeep and just airing them down to get in and out of here, but we'll see.
Yeah. Either that or snowmobiles. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Katie left-handed or right-handed?
Well,
She's both-handed.
I write with my left.
You are the most ambidextrous person I've ever seen. Look, she's drinking with her right. She's explaining with her left. I mean...
And then I write with my left. I don't know.
You are truly ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Funnel creosote into the cat litter?
What? That's interesting.
Any snow on the ground? Not yet, thank goodness. This time last year there certainly was. But it's actually quite warm outside.
Yeah, we've been getting rain, just nonstop rain.
Yeah.
It finally cleared up this afternoon, which was really nice for a little bit, but I think it's going to rain again, isn't it?
Yeah. How's your devil's cabbage crop this year? It was completely terrible. Yeah, it did not do good.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever devil's cabbage is, I don't know what that is. Are you guys planning on getting all sided before winter? Yes, kind of. We'll see.
We'll see.
We're going hard on it. This is like, you guys will be seeing us siding in the next few videos. Many videos, actually. So
Yeah.
that is where we're at right now. We're finally putting siding on our house.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
I'm
I can't
super-
wait to
I can't wait to
this
see it.
insulation covered.
Yeah, I
Have it
can't.
looking finished.
Once we do all the prep work, it goes so fast. It's gonna be so rewarding. So yeah, we're really excited, and we have to do a really good job because all of you want to see siding on this house. And if I just slap some schmuckly siding up, you guys are gonna let me know. So
Yeah.
no pressure, Greg.
We've got some practice though with the barn.
Yeah, totally.
Another super chat from Cosmologic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congrats on 100K subs. You guys are awesome, Katie and Greg.
Yeah.
We're feeling awesome right now. When's the wedding?
I don't think there's gonna be one.
We don't need a wedding.
Yeah.
We're seriously in love.
Yeah. We don't really do things the traditional way.
Yeah, or like in our entire life, honestly. As I love tradition, but it's not something that is really a big part of our life.
Yeah.
We're kind of living under the laws of nature up here.
Yeah.
We got Jeremy Price from Fort McMurray. It is colder where you are, Jeremy, than it is where I am. And I know that for a fact. Good luck for the winter. How far are you from a food store? 40 minutes?
Yeah, probably 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Not too far.
Depends on how fast we drive.
Yeah.
We're still kind of like, we're out here, but we're still within commutable distance, unfortunately. I'd like to be in space. I'd like to be so far away from everything. That would be my ideal, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is nice to be able to go to the grocery store.
Yeah. Got another super chat from Diego Lu. Gotta go. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Diego.
Have a good night or day.
Yeah, wherever you are.
And then one from Stacy as well. Congrats on 100K. Love how the house is coming together. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, we almost have 1,000 people watching us drink beer on our couch.
Yeah.
It's funny. So when we make these videos, I'm just gonna come out with it. When we make these videos, I feel like I'm talking to a camera, but in all actuality, you guys are on the other side of this lens. I'm kind of a shy person. Katie's definitely super shy. If Katie knew, if Katie could actually understand that we're talking to 1,000 people basically right now, I'm sure
I'd be having a panic attack.
you'd be having a panic attack. But even though I can see you guys commenting and I know you're there, and I recognize your names because we read your comments. I mean, it still kind of feels like we're talking to a camera, which is really good because it's easy for us to be authentic when we're just talking to a camera.
Yeah.
But we know that you're all watching us. It just doesn't click in quite. So, yeah. I lost my spot.
Why don't we have a cab on the tractor?
Oh, because we live on a mountain, and if I have to jump off the tractor because I've pushed it a little bit too far while the tractor rolls down the mountain, I could do that. And that's the damn truth. I mean, I thought about getting the cab option on our tractor, but the places that we take our tractor to, like, I'm like sneaking through the forest and just like getting twigs in my face, and you can't really, when you have a cab, you can't really go in the places that you want to go when you don't have a cab, because you'll smash your windows and stuff. Like, goodness, if we had a cab, we would have had so many smashed windows by this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
But our tractor's awesome. We were going to we're going to work with Coyote and do like some sponsorship stuff, but we couldn't kind of meet a financial agreement. But that being said, I love our tractor. It's the perfect machine. It's bad at everything, but it can do everything. You know what I mean?
It's not bad. It's not perfect for everything.
Well, that's just what I'm saying. Like, yeah. It's got a backhoe on it, but it's not as good as a backhoe. It's got a front end loader on it, but it's not as good. I mean, it's got a bucket, but it's not as good as a front end loader. It's got, a PTO. I guess it's got the PTO and everything. But
yeah. I
mean, it's great. I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's the best thing that we've bought up here, for sure. Other than the mill, no, it's the best thing that we bought up here. It's the most important tool that we have. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Katie, can you explain to people why we have no children running around while I go to the washroom?
We just don't want to have kids. That's why. We've got a super chat from Petra's Embroidery Creations. Congratulations, I do machine embroidery. Is there anything I could send your way? It would be free. Thank you so much. That's really awesome. You can send us an email and we can discuss this off of the live chat, but our email, I'll just type it into the chat and then you can just contact us. Thank you. That's really awesome. When is the snow gonna start? We're not sure when the snow is gonna start. We've just got rain in the forecast. It's been pretty warm. Some years it's started snowing around December 17th here. We're kind of like middle of December, just before Christmas. But the past few years it's been like late October, early November. So we're really just kind of waiting. We did have the first snow already, but it melted pretty quickly. So that was nice. I like when it melts. I like to be able to walk on the ground and not be slipping around. So I'll take the rain any day.
You need another one?
Sure. How long have we been together?
Yeah.
5 or 6 years.
This go around. We dated when we were way younger, like.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I was 24. So yeah. That was, and I'm not anywhere near that age right now. But, I mean.
Yeah.
What, 6 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't even
We've
really.
known each other for like 12 or 13 years, and then 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we were living together as roommates for 2 years before that, so I guess we've been living together for like 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Kind of. I was in Fort McMurray for 2 years of that, but.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's our 100,000. We're celebrating 100,000 subscribers. Why don't we ask you guys? You've seen our content so far. Well, I'm okay with some criticism, some constructive criticism. Is there anything that you guys would like to see changed, or anything you want to see more of, or any criticism, honestly, for us to work on our videos?
Yeah.
I'd be interested in that, because I mean, we've got an endless amount of stuff that we've got planned for content. I mean, I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah.
This is going to be we're going to be around for a while. So, yeah. Anything you guys can think of? You never argue in your videos. How much angrier footage ends up on the cutting room floor? Half of it.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There is some of it though. You know, we are human.
Yeah, so.
We are human.
You guys get to see the highlight roll.
Yeah. We'll put a compilation video of us trying not to kill each other.
Juniper's doing the serious bark.
Oh, yeah.
What's the deal with the windowsill? Is it half done? I just see a piece of wood on the left.
Oh, that's
It's just a chunk of the kitchen that we
I don't even know what that's for.
It's a spacer.
Oh, it's just extra.
And then we cut this little piece off because under the bar there's a seam, so we were going to cover with this piece.
But we're doing totally something else. We could throw that in the fire pit tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think we're going to redo under the counter.
Okay.
I don't know what we're going to do yet, but something.
Heck yeah, longer videos. Our videos are about half an hour-ish to sometimes even 45.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little less than that, but awesome, because long videos are easy because we don't have to cut a bunch of stuff out. The drone videos, I'd like to do some more drone stuff. I actually need to learn. Katie's always the one taking the drone footage. I suck at that thing. I need to get better at it.
Yeah.
Walks with the pack, I promise you, there will be amazing footage of me and my goats going on missions in the snow this year.
Yeah.
Because that's my favorite thing to do in the winter, is take my goats for hard missions into the backcountry.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the little ones do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna live up here, you gotta be tough.
Yeah, I think
Goats.
they had a fluffy life before.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll toughen them up.
You could change those curtains. I'll say, we had to buy these curtains
because it was 38
because
degrees.
That's where the sun sets, and it just we don't have AC properly in here now. We need to install a mini split in the future, but like it was so hot with the sun setting.
Yeah.
And
so these are Walmart.
These are Walmart, the cheapest we can buy. Just like put them up. I mean, these are not long-term solutions for our living room in our house.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that comment.
Time lapse.
Time lapse. We should actually put a time lapse together of like I think we should do one from the beginning to when that siding's done. We kind of did one to the point where we were able to
framing.
The framing. We did a framing time lapse, but like a full. I mean, one of these days, Katie, believe it or not, we're gonna be done the house.
Yeah.
Without like. Katie's already talked about renovations, expansions, and all these things, but I mean, we might be able to do a proper time lapse of the whole project, which would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be emotional to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you brought up in the city or the country?
Both. Yeah.
Small town for me.
I grew up on a little teeny corn farm, kind of. I've lived all over the place, but I had a lot of rural living in my life as a kid, and then I had a lot of city living, and yeah, I'm pretty well rounded for both.
Small towns for me.
Yeah, small towns for me, and cities and everything.
Yeah.
I moved a lot when I was a kid.
I lived in a city when I was an adult, traveling around and stuff, but.
How did the clear coat work on the porch? Water running off now after trimming it? Yes, it's working so good. I highly recommend the product. I really wish do like sponsorship stuff or like work with us kind of, but because it's such a good product. But yeah, it's called Flex Stones. They're a company out of Vancouver, BC. and I highly recommend it. It was kind of pricey, but you really do get what you pay for. So
Yeah, it was about $3,600 for the membrane materials. Probably $1,500 for the plywood, I think.
yeah, our deck, if you were to pay a contractor to do it, would be well over $40,000, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And it was under 10 easily.
Well, under 5.
Yeah, under
I
5.
think.
It's all milled wood, so that's like almost free.
Oh, I guess cement.
The cement, we're gonna spend a couple $100 on cement.
Yeah.
Like really, learn how to do things yourself. You'll save so much money. Yeah. Do you two do any fishing for food?
No.
No, but
I'd like to go fishing.
It's time has always been the issue. I love fishing. I just haven't had time for it.
Yeah.
What kind of editing software do you use?
Adobe Premiere is what we use to edit. I was using the free stuff before, but felt like I needed to upgrade, and I'm really glad that I did. I think it's worth the money.
Yeah.
It's a good program.
We have Jackie Saylor asked, how many acres do you guys have? We have 5.1 acres.
Yeah.
Have you considered a small part of your deck screened for mosquitoes? We don't really get mosquitoes that bad here.
Yeah.
It's pretty reasonable. I kind of want to cover it up some of the deck, but we've got enough area that we could build like an outdoor, like now that I'm doing this full time, I just want to build everything, period. So like outdoor kitchen, covered gazebos, weird
Pizza oven.
geometrical playgrounds for the goats. Like I'm going to go so hard next year when the spring comes around. I mean, yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh man, it kicked me off my spot again. Off grid with Chris and Christy. We noticed how happy Greg has seemed in the latest videos. Thought it might be the new goats, but it's the career change. Really is.
Yeah.
My job that I just got rid of was about as stressful as they come.
Yeah.
And not that I don't mind stress. Stress is good. It keeps you honest, but I'm so happy to be doing this full time now. Super grateful. Absolutely grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why have you not put tinted film on your windows, Katie? To keep the heat out and the summer and warmth in the winter.
Yeah.
Never even thought about that. There is.
My mom keeps bringing it up.
Yeah. Totally.
We need to look into that because it would be.
You know what would be a really good idea, and I'll just say this out loud while we're doing a live. An awning, kind of like passive solar, so that in the summertime when the sun sets, we're kind of saved from that.
Yeah.
But. Or
yeah,
we
I've
just.
thought about that, putting like a roof that kind of sticks out from around here.
A covered porch would take care of that perfectly.
But I didn't want to take away too much of the view,
No,
though.
for sure.
Problem.
Oh my goodness, where even are we now?
How did we meet?
You want to say that story?
No, you can.
Okay, well, how did we meet? I was 24, and my mom...
I worked with your mom.
Katie worked with my mom, and I was, I think, newly single. And my mom said, you should meet this girl. And I was like, as a 24-year-old man, I said yes. And my mom told me how awesome Katie was and everything. But she didn't tell me she was 18. So that's our difference. I was 24 and she was 18 when we first met. And then our life went like this for many years. And then
You're forgetting the funniest part.
What's the funniest part?
You asked me to go out to the bar with you, but I wasn't old enough.
Yeah.
So your roommate gave me her ID. We went out to the bar.
And I was thinking, man, I'm too old for this shit. Like sneaking people into bars, like in my mid-20s. Anyway.
Yeah. It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. I do. Yeah, you're right. That is the rest of the story. Yeah. There's more to it, but we won't share it here.
Super chat from Ronald. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ronald Lincoln.
You want to talk about access stuff?
Oh man, do I want to talk about access stuff?
Pretty much our update on our road access is we're not allowed to plow.
No.
We've been threatened with lawyers if we plow, so we're not going to plow this year. Yeah,
there is a whole world of questions about access that we cannot answer.
Yeah.
But that doesn't cause us to live in fear. We're still living up here. Yeah. If worst comes to worst, we'll quad in and out. I mean, snowmobile in and out.
Yeah.
If we have to, this is our home. And I mean, it is what it is. So we try not to put too much mental effort into it because we've wasted so much. We've tried to do all the right things, dealing with local governments and stuff, and it's just easier
to ignore it.
To ignore it, kind of. I mean, until there's something that we can do about it.
Yeah.
We're not losing any sleep over it. So.
Yeah, and there is stuff going on in the background.
Lots actually. Yeah.
That we don't want to talk about until it's like finalized.
Totally. I mean, yeah.
But I mean, we're not going to be plowing this winter. That's going to be
interesting.
Kind of in our videos, so we can talk about that.
Well, we're going to be plowing like our area so that we can move around in our area, but
there's a certain point where we're going to have to stop the plowing.
Yeah.
The interesting thing will be getting water, because the creek that we get the water from is a little ways away. So we're probably going to have to figure out our spring that we use in the summer and get that figured out to somehow pump that water up to the truck.
Yeah, we're going to have to see.
Yeah.
Technically, when you have a water license, you have right to get to your water, which is a weird loophole, but yeah, it's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess, but I mean, like I said, we don't put too much energy into it because it's pretty defeating, and it doesn't help us grow. So we'll deal with it when the time comes, and yeah, that's access. So okay. Have you had any shrinkage issues building with green undried timber? Zero issues. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, they used to build everything with green lumber. It depends.
You can kind of see though, like the beams that the house are built on, where we screwed in. It's kind of like
it's come in a little bit, but metal. So when wood shrinks, let me put my beer down so I can explain this. It shrinks on the sides, but it doesn't shrink on the ends. What are you doing?
I'm getting juniper in the shot.
Oh.
Sorry.
So when wood shrinks, it shrinks on the sides, but it doesn't shrink on the ends. So it's easy to frame with. Even if it shrinks on the sides, it's not really going to make that big of a difference. And what we found that... You got me all messed up pointing the camera that way.
Just adorable.
What we found that is it's easier to use green lumber because the nails go into it a lot easier. We build everything serious out of Douglas fir. It's a really hard, soft wood. And then once that lumber dries, you'll never get a nail out of it. It's so tough. So green lumber, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Unless you're doing finishing work, you need dry lumber, interior finishing work. Have to have dry lumber because that's where it's going to matter when you're like trimming things out. That's where you see the shrinkage. So, you know. Where are we, Katie? How is the power holding up? Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's holding up pretty good.
Yep.
Yep.
Generator needs an oil change. So
generator needs an oil change. Yep.
Keeps turning off on us.
Yep. It's finicky for sure. Yeah. Who will make the decision on what project to work on next? Well, that's Katie's decision.
No.
Why?
both decide.
Yeah, I suppose. Katie is also ultimately the boss, though. I still want to understand why you can't plow your road, because it's a Forest Service road, and there's a lot of liability.
Yeah.
You know. Can you move that camera back? It's messing me up. It still can see you. Okay. Well, come on over. Let's snuggle with our dog. I feel like I'm just like the Juniper and Greg show now.
No. Just gotta get her in there. Look how cute she is.
Yeah. Are any of the goats gonna end up in the freezer?
No.
No, but we're thinking of getting our female goats pregnant, which are gonna we're gonna have kids, like goat kids. And I don't know what to do with them. I'm wondering, like, can we slaughter goats? I don't know if I can. I could do a pig. I could do chickens, but like goats are our family. Like, I don't think we can. We'll see.
What other homesteaders do we watch?
Oh man. Well, you watched that. I think you watched them all.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I watch Ambition Strikes for sure. Off Grid with Jay and Jen.
Wild Wonderful.
Wild Wonderful, of course.
Nomadic Movement.
Yeah.
They're probably my favorite channel.
Yep.
I love that they're in Panama.
Yeah. Oh, Nomadic Movement is easily my favorite channel for sure.
Yeah.
Homesteaders, Martin Johnson.
Yeah, watch them. Why can't I think of it right now?
God, they're just south of the border.
Oh, North Idaho Nomads.
And the other ones.
Good Simple Living.
Good Simple Living.
Yeah.
It's cool watching other people to see what they're doing, and we're all kind of doing the same thing in one way or another.
Yeah.
It's cool to see what other people are doing. Thank you for the super chat, Laura. I'm glad you figured it out.
We considered a polycarbonate greenhouse for year-round food.
Oh yeah, totally. We have, yeah.
Actually, we watched Martin Johnson's video when they're building a greenhouse, and so I started looking at the company that they're using. Looks pretty cool. I don't know if we would go through them or build our own.
We'd build our own. Save about $60,000 on a greenhouse.
Yeah.
I'm cheap. That's why, like, I'm just gonna let you know. We're off grid because I'm cheap. I don't like paying bills, so I figured I'll just take my bills away and go off grid. So
it's pretty expensive.
Ta-da! It was pretty expensive, but when it comes to doing things, I'm gonna mill my own wood, so I don't have to spend any money on wood.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of cheap like that. So when it comes to like pre-packaged greenhouses, I'd rather custom build one into our area because I have the ability to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, especially with like climate batteries and everything. So. Yeah. So Surviving Ringworm, we've watched him a little bit. Gridlessness, watched them a little bit. Red Poppy Ranch, I've been watching Heath for years, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Trent and Alley.
I love his, like, we're not traditional people, but I love how traditional and how wholeheartedly American that guy is. And he's about family and like freedom, and like I just love it. I love Red Poppy Ranch. He's fixing diesel trucks and just like, I would like to meet him one day personally. It's such a cool thing. I've been watching him forever. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we're gonna be making a super awesome greenhouse. I don't know if you guys know of Curtis Stone. He's off grid now. He used to be called the Urban Farmer. He lived in Kelowna, BC, and had multiple greenhouses in his backyard in like the middle of the city. But he has a greenhouse design that he uses that has a climate battery, where you actually excavate out the earth 6 feet, and then you run a bunch of tubes, and then you take the excess heat from the greenhouse and you run it into the earth. And what ends up happening is after it gets cold, like when the seasons change and it gets cold, you actually have a huge amount of stored climate, like heat in the earth that then kind of radiates out after everything else has cooled down. So it's a big climate battery, and that's the way that I would like to build a greenhouse. Now, that's a lot of work, and that's a lot of planning, and there's a whole bunch that goes into that, and we'll see where we can get with that. But I kind of think I'd like to go that route and do the investment into it and have like a full climate battery so that we could do that. So, yeah. Totally. Oh, PNWMM. Thank you for the $10. Congrats on 100,000, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh man, where are we here? How about siding? We're doing siding. Oh, Sean James. We watched Sean James as well.
Is it clear coat on the deck slippery in the snow? Oh,
No,
it's a little...
I don't even know yet. We haven't had the snow. It remains to be seen. I think it might be, but I mean, everything's
slippery. Put the flakes
slippery
in there. It does have a little bit of texture.
I think everything's gonna be slippery in the snow, though.
Yeah.
So.
Can't get away from it.
No. I've seen all of these channels that people are Mitchie Goss. I don't know if you guys ever watch Mitchie Goss.
Yeah, she's close.
She's close. Yeah, we actually know. We kind of know her. We've talked to her a little bit.
Met her dog.
We met her dog.
Her wandering dog.
Yeah, one of her like hounds. But she's pretty cool. She's got a cabin she's building on the edge of a mountain by herself in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. How old are you, Katie?
32.
And I'm 37.
32.
That's how old we are. Okay. I had to look away when you slaughtered the chickens. Love eating chicken, just don't want to see that part of the journey. I think I understand that. I've had a lot of thought about this lately. If I used to say, if you eat meat, you should be able to do the dirty. You should be able to like slaughter a chicken. But I don't actually believe that to be true anymore. I think you need to accept that that's what happens. And if you're going to eat meat, and now to do that because it means that we get to have really good quality food at home. But we've had quite a few people mention that chicken video was a little much, seeing us do all the processing. And luckily, like I said earlier in this live, YouTube didn't demonetize that video, which was pretty risky. There's a very good chance that they would have demonetized that.
Yeah,
so
I thought they would have.
I thought they would have too, and we just figured we'd just go for it because this is a real part of homesteading. I mean, we grow animals for food, and you have to kill them, yeah. and then you have to deal with their guts and everything, and it's pretty gory. But I mean, I'm a meat eater. I know that the chickens that we raised over there had a fantastic life every single day that they got to live, and they were getting, and the way that, especially the chickens, the way that they're bred, they get too big to be alive. Like they're meat birds. They're specifically meat birds, and if you let them go past a certain point, their legs start buckling, and they're just they're bred for food. So, to Brendan Fraser, who had to look away when we slaughtered our chickens, I appreciate that you watched the video, and I know that it's uncomfortable for a lot of people, and I respect that you looked away for sure. I mean,
how is she so cute?
Oh man, this is so nice. How do I say this name? Pascal. Oh, Pascal. Pascal Fava. Our dog loves your videos, especially all the animals. He knows Katie's voice and he comes running.
That's cute.
Oh man, there's so many of these comments. I can't get to them all. I'm sorry if I missed yours.
Tamara Lynn, thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello from California. Just wanted to say hi. So it's just want to say I love your videos. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Tamara. Juniper looked at you. Oh man. Oh, isn't this nice? I thought you all was in your late 20s, really. Oh, that's so nice.
No.
I'm getting close to 40.
Is Juniper okay after her operation? Yeah, she's doing pretty good. She's doing good.
She was out so earlier in this live, she was being a little hellion, and she apparently was running around in the woods in the dark for a while because now she is tuckered. She is literally the best. Close your ears, Hinto. She's the best dog. Period. I mean, she's such a character. She's a cartoon character.
So much personality.
She's a total cartoon character.
Yeah.
No. Someone, Eduardo Carvalho asks, do we ever hunt? So
no.
The answer is no, because I don't have my hunting license. Neither does Katie, but I'm trying to convince her to get into it because it's something that we'd both like to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've helped our neighbor after he's hunted to like skin an elk and whatnot, and it's actually something we look forward to every year. So when our neighbor gets an elk, he calls us immediately, and we know that it's time to come help skin the elk and hang it up, and like it's a really awesome process, and I would love to do it. I'd love to hunt. Yeah, for sure, and probably next year I will get mine, but I'll probably get Katie to come with me, so we can start hunting because there's so much wildlife around here.
Oh yeah, an elk. So good.
Yeah, I could easily have one of those in the fridge. I mean, the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Someone's new here and doesn't know how we get our power.
From the sun.
Yeah.
We get our power from the sun.
Solar power.
Mostly. Unless
generator on the cloudy days.
Yep. Yeah. Katie, if you had to move to a different province, what would it be?
It would be no province. It would be somewhere outside of Canada.
Yeah.
I don't know where yet.
I would probably move to Ontario if I had another choice.
Yeah.
Maybe Alberta, but probably somewhere really remote in Ontario, where you have to like wear mosquito netting and like.
Oh.
I mean, not that that's something that draws me into it, but like, I mean.
Yeah, probably get more space out there.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Alberta when I was young, but that's as far as I've gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. How many more fans do you have in the USA compared to Canada? We actually have an app on our phone. All YouTubers have an app that gives exact analytics on that.
Yeah, definitely a lot more Americans.
Most of our viewers are from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Off Grid with Jay and Jen, which is a channel you should check out, says, Katie, you should get your hunting license because Jen loves deer hunting and that's what they're doing in the morning.
Yes.
Yes. We definitely love venison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I should.
It's like one of my favorite meat, actually.
And you guys already got a deer, so.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Get one
That's
for
awesome.
us.
Well, they probably both have tickets.
Yeah, for
or
sure.
tags or whatever.
I don't think you need tags for deers. I'm not sure. Depends where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any issues with Big Brother's eye?
Big Brother's eye telling you what you can and cannot do on the property. We don't have any issues with that.
No.
Knock on wood. Why are there ads in a live? Are there ads in a live? Did you guys get an ad during this? We actually don't have.
We have YouTube Premium. So
we have YouTube Premium.
Ads.
We don't see ads, but we don't like. We don't put ads in our videos. We
you
have.
Just turn it on.
Like we don't set the amount of ads. Do we?
You can.
You can set the amount, but
I don't touch it because
we don't touch it. We just
let
kind of
YouTube do its
let
thing.
YouTube do its thing. I mean, yeah.
But that's weird if there's
ads in a live. That's super weird.
3
No
ads? What?
What?
Oh my gosh.
PNW, someone. Why don't you have YouTube? Why don't you have our YouTube? Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. What? Oh. Has there always been ads in lives? Anyway. Google
well,
Chrome
I turned
plus ad
monetization
blocks.
on because I thought that's how you have to get super chats.
Oh.
But.
The first live I've seen with ads, 3 so far. That's so crazy. That sucks.
I wonder if that's a thing that I can turn off. Ads automator. I better not.
I think we turned. So someone asked, "You'll get monetized for this, right?" And I think we turned on monetization. There's just a button, so that if there were any super chats, we could get those. But
yeah.
I mean, I hate ads.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You said you watched Jordan and Kaylee in Panama. Would you ever consider living outside of Canada? Yes.
We talk about it all the time, actually.
If Greg wanted to leave Canada tomorrow, I would go.
What about your chickens?
I'm taking them with me.
You can't take your chickens to
Well,
Panama.
I'm taking the Eduardo and his ladies. And Silky Boy.
I was just gonna say, I thought Silky Boy was your favorite chicken, your favorite rooster.
No. Eduardo stole that place. He's just so good.
So, I'm gonna point at this one. Do you want to touch on this? Generally. No. Okay.
Not right now.
All right. Yeah. YouTube have gone our blacks and the ads 10. Okay, sorry. It looks like if you just tuned in and you see us on our phones, we're just like going through tons of comments here.
Yeah. We should be more careful when you're loading logs onto the bucket. Yes, we are going to buy forks very soon.
Yeah.
In the next few weeks, we're going to be going to like a city. So
I've had 2 times loading logs onto logs onto the bucket where I almost messed up, and I know you guys always harp on us for being safe.
Unsafe. We're not safe.
For being unsafe. Sorry. It would be really beneficial to have forks, and we just haven't had the money allocated for forks on the tractor, but we do now, so yeah. It's time to get some forks so that I can't go get wood, like any logs, without Katie, because she has to run the tractor and I have to run the PV putting that log on it, and it's really sketchy. It is sketchy. I don't like it at all, but it's what we have and it's what we have to use. So forks are going to be a new addition to the tractor very soon.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
How do we get internet while off-grid? We actually have Starlink internet, and it's been a game changer for us because we couldn't get anything else to work out here. So, yeah.
We should make a video sometime about all of...
Licking.
Hey! Don't. We should do a video about the ways we have had internet up here. Because I don't know if we could even do it because we don't have any footage. But so the first way that we had internet, there was this little orange puck. What was that thing called? It was
I can't remember.
called. It was like an internet.
It worked off cell data. But it gave you 50 megabytes or 500 megabytes of data, and then it would like bring you down to like the slowest speed possible.
So that we could barely check emails after it. So that didn't work. We don't have very good cell service here. But then we actually had this big long ordeal. So we have a friend who's a few kilometers away, and we did satellites from his place to my neighbor's place, who is on the top of the mountain, and then we're kind of down on the other side. And then we took another 2 satellites and beamed it down to our place, and that worked great until there was a lightning bolt that destroyed everything electronic in his house because it needed power to run, and he had his off-grid power station. So that was a big mess up, and we didn't ever want to do that again. So it was after that point we did what do they call it, like the wireless hubs, which kind of worked but would throttle from a cell phone company. It was like a wireless hub for internet, which relies on cell service, which we don't have very good up here.
Yeah.
And then after you hit a certain amount of usage, it just throttles you down to like you can barely load a YouTube video.
Yeah.
But
right around that, asked the satellite companies if they could service us out here, and they couldn't.
Yeah, but when Starlink came out, it was slow at first, but now it's like I don't think we had any interruptions. If they are, they're very few. Like it's a good internet now. So thank goodness. It's awesome to have something like this. It's really expensive, but
yeah,
we don't have any other choice, really. Okay. See, do we have any questions? Gary Towner says, do you have any questions for your viewers? I think you should be able to ask questions as well. This is the format that I find really difficult. I think it would be so cool to do this kind of format and have like another like webcam style thing where we can have conversations with you guys, because it'd be so cool to have actual live conversations. All of these lives are just YouTubers talking, which I find, I mean, like, it's cool because you guys get to ask questions and you get to interact, but I would be so much more happy having a quick conversation with you, like, even if it's just audio, and just have like a actual conversation, and then to the next viewer a conversation, and just kind of go through that kind of format. If you guys know of something like that, leave it in the description. I mean, not in the description, leave it in the chat here, because I would love to set something like that up, because this format's kind of weird. I'm talking to a camera right now, like I'm talking to you, but it doesn't really feel connecting. I'd like to connect with you guys a lot better, and this is kind of a weird format for that. So yeah, man, there are so many comments coming out here. Anything you see?
What else we've already answered.
Katie, when you review your live later, notice what your dog did when Greg was talking about killing the animals. Dogs will do what dogs will do, you know? Can't stop them. I can only imagine. She's probably
thinking about all the yum-yums she got.
Oh, yeah.
No interruptions.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Another super chat from TS. Thank you.
Thank you very much, TS.
Do we ever think about having a meetup?
It would be cool, but we're kind of in the boonies.
Yeah.
I think if we had a meetup, like, people would have to travel pretty far to get to us.
Yeah. Well, I know they did the one in North Idaho a few years ago.
Like, we'd go to one of those.
We couldn't go across the border, so we didn't get to go to that one.
Yeah, for sure. But... Oh, man. I'm sorry, I feel so weird just like looking at my phone, but there's so many comments to go through, and I'm just trying to find some good questions here that I can answer that we haven't really touched on yet. Mm-hmm. Greg asks what your formal job was.
I was a GIS technician, so basically mapping. I did mapping stuff. I worked for a local government and did like property mapping stuff. And I wouldn't say I loved it. I liked the GIS part, but I didn't really like the local government part. I would have liked to do something more environmental, but it was about 2 years into my career that I quit and went to YouTube. So yeah, I didn't really last very long in that. And before that, I was a barista in cafes and customer service sort of stuff. So yeah.
PNWMM has a good question. Does anybody here live off-grid or subsidize their energy sources some way? Which would be
a question for the viewers.
That's a question for you guys. Do any of you live off-grid? And do any of you subsidize your energy sources in some way? Subsidize? Is that the right word?
I think so.
Yeah. Do either one of you have a job off the property? The answer is no.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. We are both YouTubers.
Are we at 100K yet? Yes.
Yes, we are. Totally Off Grid says, how weird would it be for you to look into all of our houses? It'd be so weird.
Yeah.
Totally. Smart Home says, I think a lot of us are in our underwear.
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing my sweatpants and I wasn't about to change for this.
Okay, so this is interesting. If you go on StreamYard, I guess, you can add up to 10 people on your channel at a time. That's cool.
Yeah, I have seen that stuff happening. That would be really cool. A couple other channels.
When will we be doing an updated house tour? I mean, there's not much to update. I mean,
we could do one.
We could do one.
Why not?
Yep.
Oh, Greg Atchison is living on a trailer on 103 acres and using solar.
Nice.
Northwoods Yankee, partially off-grid at the house and 100% off-grid at my camp.
103 acres would be just fantastic.
Yeah. As long as it was a square.
I couldn't care if it was a circle. If it was a long line.
Well, a circle would be okay.
103 acres, if it was 60 feet wide, would still be super cool. Because you could go for a long quad ride for the day to find the other side of your property.
Yeah.
It was cool to see some other people that are off grid.
Yeah.
It's a pretty divisive thing to talk about. Is what does off grid mean? Because some people believe off grid is like no propane, no electricity. You're basically starting fires with rubbing sticks and like, I get it. Or off the grid could be like nobody can find you. You've cut all ties with society. I mean, I understand that being off grid too. I guess our grid is the power network, and they don't have any control over us. We have solar energy, and unfortunately we have to supplement that with a generator because we don't live in an area that gets enough sun to do solar even full time. I don't even know how many panels we would need to actually do, or battery capacity. We'd probably need we could do it, but the battery capacity and panels that we would need to bypass generator would be like probably like another $100,000. I don't even know. It would be a lot. So, I mean, we have to burn a little bit of gas in the winter. It's fine. Spring, summer, fall, we don't have to worry about it unless the fires get too heavy, and then we don't get enough solar charge. But that's the thing we're going to be upgrading in the future is our solar panels. So,
yeah.
I mean, what is off grid? I think off grid it means what it means to you. I feel off grid because I have to drive through the forest and way out into the middle of nowhere to get to my house. If anything breaks, I'm fixing it. If anything is built, I'm building it. I mean, we rely on our animals for food. We grow a lot of our garden in the future is going to be something that we're going to work on. Now that I'm doing YouTube full time, we'll be able to both kind of really tend to the garden properly because we've had a lot of good food from it, but nothing to store over winter.
Yeah.
But like, what does off-grid mean? I mean, we don't, the bills we pay are cell phone bills because we still live in Canada. I still have to call my family and friends.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our version of off-grid. We don't have any bills, but
Yeah.
I mean, other than like my tractor debt and the things that we haven't paid off yet. But that's what I think off-grid is. For us, I understand it's different for some people, but
I think just a couple more and then we should wrap it up.
yeah, for sure.
It's been 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Stucco's asking, would you recommend living in an RV with these Canadian winters? Would skirting it suffice? I don't see why you couldn't live
You know
in
what?
an RV, but put a wood stove in.
For sure. Wood stove is key because you're going to spend a lot of money on propane. And if you I've got a friend who lives on 140 acres in an RV with he's actually got the larger version of our wood stove. And he is super warm all winter in his RV. And he doesn't have any, I don't think he's got skirting, but he doesn't have any like RV wrap or anything around it. I've worked up north and seen people who live in their RVs year round when it hits minus 50 degrees centigrade. So they actually like insulate their campers completely. They have a good vapor barrier on it, and then they can keep like everything running in it. It's really crazy. But I mean, it's a lot of work to do in cold climates. But
Yeah.
I would say go for it.
Yeah. And
Totally.
skirting, definitely.
Skirting, definitely.
Definitely.
Our first year, we didn't put skirting on. Our first winter, we just complete nightmare.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Greg. I didn't know you quit roofing. Is that scary not to have a guaranteed income stream? Obviously, or you are confident in the YouTube income stream? I mean, we kind of have a guaranteed income stream. This has become our full-time job. So, and I actually save a lot of money not going to work. My commute back and forth to work was $50 a day in my pickup truck.
It was literally eating up your paycheck.
It was eating up so much of my paycheck, and I made pretty good wage, but like
Yeah.
a lot of it went to just like eating
Eating
out for lunch and breakfast, and sometimes even like almost dinner, because I was away for so long. You can't really pack. I guess you can't. I didn't have time with all of the things that in my life to pack a lunch and a breakfast on my way to work. So every once in a while I did, but yeah,
Let alone
it's good.
remembering it at 4 o'clock in the
Oh
morning.
God, I can't.
That's
I like
the
come to
problem.
halfway to work, and I was like, oh my God, I'm driving right now. So Martin Waite said, to me, off-grid is mainly self-sufficiency. And I feel that I agree. Self-sufficiency. My neighbor always, who is also off-grid, always tries to put his hand out and be like, hey man, can I help you with stuff? And that's his way of letting me know that he loves us, like we're really good friends with our neighbor. But I'm so self-sufficient that I don't even like help from people, which is probably something I should ease up on. But like I want to be in control of my food, my water, my power. I want to make sure that everything is within my hands of like control as far as us being comfortable and thriving out here. So self-sufficiency definitely is off-grid for me.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I'm going to do 2 more.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty tired now.
Yeah.
I'm fading.
Okay. Let's see here. Matthew Hamer says, oh my God, YouTube is not a job, y'all. If you saw our paychecks, you would actually realize that you're not wrong. You're not right. It is a job.
Yeah. Would you depend on a root cellar for food in the winter? When you depend, that's when you're off grid.
Oh.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally. We'll get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We're totally planning on doing an awesome root cellar.
Yeah.
So.
I think we have a spot picked out.
Yeah.
Do underground.
Yeah.
Root cellar. There's actually an Instagram account. They are doing an above ground root cellar, which looks really cool. Yeah.
What, isn't that called a fridge?
No. He built a shack and then put dirt on it.
Oh, I see. All right. Cool. Okay. So Stucco, this is going to be our last comment for the night. So Stucco says, what is the hardest part up to now with the build? And let me think about this for a second. So I want to give you an honest and thought out answer. I know what my answer is. I want Katie to say her answer first. And
I think probably the finishing work. Not really anything in particular, but anytime we have to do finishing work, because I'm just like ready to be done with whatever project, by the time we get to that.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, it's good enough.
Yeah, oh, that's definitely Katie's way that she thinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my answer could be fighting Katie's way of thinking and trying to make it perfect. But my answer is planning. Is like the planning aspect of everything. So last year we moved into the house, but we didn't have running water in here properly, and I had to put a cistern in the ground, but we still don't have siding on the house, and we aren't finished inside. Like everything, I can't do everything at once. I can start a whole bunch of projects which looks really unorganized, and it is to some degree, but there's a whole bunch of projects that are good enough for us to just kind of get by, and then we can fix it. So for example, our water. Is it in this episode or the last episode that we actually show like us underneath there? It's this episode coming out.
This episode, but we didn't really film the water stuff.
You'll see it though. You can kind of see if you guys have ever seen how our water is hooked up. Like, it's not right. We have a pump that goes into one little filter, and it's all kind of haphazard, and it's not done properly. There's no floor underneath the pump. We have a lot of work to do underneath the house. I mean, we just had to get it working and then move on to the next project so that we could live in here. And now we need to go back and finish those things. But the hardest thing about this whole build is planning. It's just like knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to work with the weather to do those things. So really, I don't want to be going into winter to do siding. I don't want to be doing siding going into winter, but I can do it, and we can make it. I don't think we're gonna finish it before winter, to be totally honest. But we'll get a little bit done. We'll get most of it done, I think, even.
Yeah.
But and then we move inside, and then we keep on doing stuff inside, and I mean, planning is the hardest part of the build. Yeah. So to wrap it up, man, I love your guys' comments. There's so much positivity in my life, in Katie's life. Every morning that we get up and we go through some of the comments, because these usually are like kind of what we do. We'll try to answer as many as we can. But it is so healthy for us to grow, having you guys patting our back and saying great job, or like giving constructive criticism. I love all of it. And our rise to 100,000 has been fantastic because it's been slow and gradual and just, filled full of positivity. We have very few people who throw shade at what we're doing, or like I don't even really notice it, to be totally honest. There's very few comments that are negative, but they're just, they come and go. But every one of these positive like comments that you guys give us, I take it all to heart, and it really helps me grow as a person, having people like you help cheering us on for sure. So thank you. Yeah, we couldn't be happier, honestly. This is such a cool life that we're building, and it's awesome to share it with you. And I think we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us and celebrating this huge milestone.
Yeah, huge. It's not the end though.
No,
it's just the beginning.
Yeah.
Totally. You guys have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.